to have some pilot of our own so that we can study, and as it rolls out more into the country, then we know what to expect. So I think I'll end here. You can just show the next slide anyway, and that's all. All right. Thank you. So these are, the other one was the Laura solar plant, is in Laura, and the other one is a photo montage of our proposed wind plant. One of the benefits I didn't talk about renewable is that hitherto in areas of the country where we probably would not have built a plant, we are building power plants. So we have power plants in Laura, we have in Kalio. Very soon we'll have something around Bongo, we'll have elsewhere. And as the plants go, it brings employment to those communities. You suddenly have people in the communities who have, let's say, disposable income, which is higher than the average in the communities. And that helps to develop the rural communities. And so that is one of the benefits of renewable. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I suggest that you make sure you sit strategically close to him at lunchtime and ask him all the questions that you want to ask him. For me, if I were to sit next to him, I would ask him, are those places the windiest parts of Ghana where you have all these wind farms? And we'll see what he has to say. But thank you so much for that very illuminating presentation. So the next 20 minutes will be filled by a presentation on energy transition and Ghana's industrial agenda, the role of Bui Power Authority, and the presenter is Director at the Executive Office of the Bui Power Authority. Let's welcome Mr. Wisdom Ahiataku Togobo.
Thank you very much. I'm doing this presentation on behalf of my CEO, who has asked me to handle it. And I have with me here my able directors who will address some of the questions that I will not be able to handle. You know, normally it's quite difficult to speak after your senior brother or after your father has spoken. You know, Bui Power Authority was born out of VRA. And having said all this, but the consolation we have is that, yes, they have a lot of experience. They are over 65 years in operation. We are very young. We are just around 15 years. But our consolation is that we are young, we have the energy. They have the experience, but we have the energy. And we will be able to move on. Take a critical look at our electricity consumption in the past 20 years. You will notice that electricity consumption in the residential area has increased by more than 318%. That of the service sector, over 705%. But when you take the industrial sector, for 20 years, the electricity consumption there has increased by only 30%. The agri sector is not, there is no story to say about that. Meanwhile, this is a sector that can really drive economy if we are able to push a lot of investments and energy in that direction. In some countries, if you take India, for instance, they have special tariffs for agri and agri processing. Mushroom, for instance, the tariff is 2 cents per kilowatt hour. But in Ghana, electricity in the agri sector is as high as almost 20 watt hour. It's the tax classified under non-residential. So basically, this is how our consumption looks like, and we need to, as far as industry is concerned,